Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today I am going to be drawing Hisoka from the AnimeTober prompt and doing Catch from the Inktober prompt. This is day 30. One more day, yo! One more day! Okay, so basically what I'm doing is trying to map out where my real estate is. I've already decided I'm going to put it like right here. I don't want to freehand it because I want to be able to see what's going on here. So I'm just trying to map out how much space I really have to play with. And I'm just going to draw within my allotted area. This here is like parchment paper. You can buy this at a grocery store. It's transparent. White on one side where you can pretty much draw. It's either freezer paper or parchment paper. I can't remember which, but because I lost the box that it came in. There we go. It's easy to rip, easy to handle, and it's thin enough to handle pretty much anything I throw at it. Let's see. So I don't want to go over any of this other stuff when I go to transferring it. So I'm going to fold it over. In the places where it's kind of dangerous. And then I'll end up either cutting that or consider that my danger zone. Danger zone! Okay, I'm about right there. So I'm just putting some grooves in it because I'm too lazy to get off my big old butt and go get some scissors. So here we go. And so we'll just kind of rip it. Alright, I am so excited that today is one of the final days. Inktober, 31 days, the 31st day. The 31st day is ripe. And I am trying to decide what I'm going to do for that because there is no prompt for AnimeTober Day 31. So, I'm going to pretty much take that day to work on everything else, but I'll probably do like a little image of something that stinks somewhere on here. I don't know. Maybe the whole thing stinks. I don't know. I've learned some things from working on this challenge here. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, the closer I am to the edges, it sucks. Let's see, can I go lengthwise? Yeah, but I got stuff in the way. Okay, and I hate drawing small, especially on fabric, because of the texture of the fabric, because of just lots of reasons. I hate drawing small. Plus bigger and bolder, and crappy paintbrushes. You don't really want to work with anything that's smaller than what your paintbrush can handle, or markers can handle. So let's see. Here's my pencil, and I've already kind of got an idea of what I want to do. Let's see. I'm going to use some white transfer paper once I'm done to transfer over on the black. And let's see, make sure I have an eraser nearby because I've got to do some estimating and guesstimating on where things are going to go. And sometimes ideas evolve. Okay, so Hisoka is the most important thing here, but since I love Hunter x Hunter, and it's one of the few animes that I was just shocked at how it progressed. Let me see, I'm going to use I'm gonna cut. If I do it this way, I'm gonna have to cut off here. So let me see. I was going to put. Okay, Hisoka's going to be right here. So I'm going to do a rough sketch of Hisoka. Let's see. And you know, I always liked Hisoka because he's always got something going on, and he's so damn evil. Let's see. So I'll have this, and I'll just have something like this. And then I saw this one image where he's got these cards in front of him. So I'm going to put some cards in front of him. So like he's kind of battling Yu-Gi-Oh, just being an ass. And these cards are kind of like coming out at us. He's got one card kind of like how Yu-Gi would have a card. And the image that I saw that was really super cool, it had like the playing card symbols. So it had like a heart, a diamond, you know, stuff like that. So I'm going to play off of that because I just love the idea. And then it'll kind of deviate from there. Let's see, there's the heart. Okay, the diamond would have to be somewhere nearby, probably down here. And I just want to kind of get it in a way so that I have no problem with the other stuff that's already here. And it's crazy, some of the images that I came up with, I would love to see them on something else. I think I talked about that before in one of my live streams. It's like just one of those things that, you know, it's like, wow, I so want to do this on something else. Make it bigger, make it bolder, and take my time with it. And I probably will. I probably will. Okay, so he's got this going on, but we have to do some catching here. So, one of the things I'm going to do, let's see, I might end up changing these just a bit because this is in the way. Let's see. We'll center this one a little bit better. But I have a sword here that's kind of going up our butts. I can't wait till I finish this one. Okay, there's the sword. So I have to be aware of this area. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, give it plenty of space. Right here. This is something on fire. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's what I've got to work with. So, and I'll just kind of shade it in as a no man's land when I get ready to do this. I need these nice and big. Okay. So the only thing that I won't be able to play with is the clubs. Let's see. Or I'll make these, I'll put these in after. Let's see. Because I've got an idea. Let's see. These guys are going to be in the way of that idea. So no clubs. Let's see. If I'm going to do the clubs, I got all this space right here. I wonder, maybe one of the others over here. Maybe the diamond. Let's see. I think I'll do this. I'll just have one of the humps right here. And I can probably extend the heart out more. Yeah, so we'll have the heart be like right here. So I'm going to move that away just a bit. Okay. I think that'll work. Make sure that this doesn't get in the way. Okay. Anything beyond that is no land for now. Okay. All right, let's do this. Now, the idea that I had is that we've got to catch Hisoka. So I'm going to have some of the guys from Hunter x Hunter come out of the symbols. I'll have Gon right here. I was going to have all four pop out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have space for it. So let's see what we've got. La 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 la. Okay, so I'll draw Hisoka right here. Yeah, my biggest concern from the get-go of this is things being too small. Too many things, like Inktober would have 31 cards if I was going to do it the way I was going to do it. And I wanted them to be small. Even drawing him is going to be a challenge. I want him a good size. Because the smaller it is, the worse the detail is. Like I was working on the All Might part, and Rin, and the little kitty cat, and it just did not. I don't know. I just don't like how it turned out. Partially because I was rushing, but partially because it's just so small, and my paintbrushes kind of suck. Okay, and my painting sucks. And this kind of fabric, it bleeds a bit, and it also has a liner. So I had a lot of I have a lot of stuff going against me on this particular hoodie. It's a slick polyester kind of windbreaker type of jacket. It looks tight, looks pretty cool in and of itself. So what have I learned all this time? Lots of stuff. For one thing, be careful of what kind of fabric that you're going to use. If you've never worked on that type of fabric before, you're going to have to try to test it out to see what works, what doesn't on that particular fabric. Most of the fabric paints are for lighter colored fabric, and it will need to be heat set. Some of the paints and stuff that I use need to be heat set. So what I ended up doing is, before I was completely done with this jacket, I went ahead and got it tossed into a dryer. So if I had any kind of mishaps, at least what I've worked on will be protected. Work big. Working at least bigger than my, or as big as my pencils and markers and stuff can allow. Tiny stuff gets caught up in the fabric, the texture of the fabric, and it doesn't always work. Uh, if I'm under time constraints, another thing that I've learned, don't have a dark fabric. It takes 3 times as long because you're kind of doing, you're going to have to compensate for the time. I should took into consideration that I'd have to prime a lot of this that's in the black. Even though these images look amazing on the black once they're painted, like you can't fault Vegeta. He looks effing badass on black. I mean, it's just, what can you do? He just like pops out. So, and all these images would pop out really well on black. The only thing is it just takes a longer time to prepare. Then you have to wait for things to dry. So, last year I did it on a hoodie. I could take it anywhere I wanted, because a lot of the stuff that I was using were fabric. I'm sorry, it wasn't on a hoodie. It was a t-shirt, and it was a white t-shirt. And I didn't have to worry about priming, because it's a white t-shirt, and all the stuff is pretty much designed for light fabrics. So, maybe next year I'll probably either have my stuff preset out, or because that's what I was going to do this year. I was putting it into nice, neat little organized cards, and only to find out that I hated the size that I used. But I needed to keep that size in order to fit everything in. And so it's like, and I knew that it was going to be too small. I like drawing big. I'm half blind, so yeah, I like to stay large. Before, I used to love being like right up on stuff. I'd have my glasses off and I'd just like go to town. But now that I've got the camera, I don't do that, and if I draw large, I won't have to come up really close on it. Let's see, so I wanted Hisoka without like, it's like ain't nothing but a Thursday, bro. Ain't nothing but a Wednesday. You think you caught me? Yeah, I caught you. So instead of doing all 4 of the guys, catching them, I'm just going to have Killua and Gon reaching out through the cards. Trying to catch him. See, like this area right here is going to mess with me big time. Let me see. Let me make this a little bigger then. Even lines a bit close together. See, another thing that I learned is that I love drawing with a what size is this? 0.5? 0.05? 0.5 millimeter pencil. Love it. It's what I use. And when it comes to doing this sort of thing at this size, my marker is like a 0.1, so it's double the size of my crap. I think I'm a little too close to the nose. That's why I didn't want to do it in white directly onto the fabric. Let me bring his jaw down a little bit further so I won't be tempted. Let's see, there we go. Plus, he's so cute as a button. Who wouldn't like a little dude with a little star on his cheek? A little teardrop. He always seems so pleasant, too, until he's an asshole. But that's part of the charm. Yeah, an evil guy that only cooperates when it's fun for him. But anyway, love this character. Let's see. I digress. So yeah, so I broke my rule of staying big. I need to stay big because I was trying to fit into the cards. And then I was like, you know what? Bump this fitting into the cards. These characters need to be big and out there and doing their thing. So I started breaking the borders of the cards, going outside the lines, and forcing perspectives and stuff like that with these guys. So, and it turned out pretty good. I still tried to keep up with what works for, what is it called? You know, the basics of design. Like I was trying, oops, his chin goes a little bit further than his stingy hair. It's kind of hard to draw and talk at the same time. But this is the stuff that kind of goes through my rabbit-ass mind. Well, so enjoy! No, but yeah, drawing big. I should have drawn with a bigger pencil. But I didn't have anything bigger than the 0.5. So now I'm going to hope that, like, this is what I'm talking about. One of the pens that I would use to get this on here, this is how big the tip is. This is a 0.1 or I'm sorry, a 1.0 fabric marker, fabric pen. And as long as I can get in there, I should be fine. So I have to be careful about how close some of my lines are. It's not a big difference if I keep in mind that I need to leave some space open. So yeah, this is not going to be bad. This is a good size. And I liked playing with the proportions of people. Like I have, what's his name? Naruto and the One Piece kid. I have Naruto huge and the One Piece kid really small. You know, it's like you're in a different anime, so maybe some of them are giants, you know, type of thing. It's each card is kind of like its own little world. So I'm kind of going by that kind of idea to justify why things aren't in the same proportions as other things. And it makes sense. You know, it's like how you reason the universe in your mind type of thing. So I know that I won't be able to finish the transfer and everything and the coloring in this one video because Kimberly's got to go to work soon. So I'm going to at least fulfill the portion of, but I don't want to ink it right now. But I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So, double-edged sword. I'm inking it with the same marker that I would put onto the shirt. Because I want to make sure that all my lines are going to be decent. Now, had I done something like that earlier, I wouldn't have run into a lot of problems that I had, which was pretty much that one stroke is bigger than the other, and like I'm gonna have problems with these eyes, the little eyeballs. He's got these little eyes, so I'll kind of hint at them. There we go. It's just that they're really super tiny. And his eyes come out a little further than what I've portrayed here. But they don't touch the edge. And this is where things start to go bad because the thin lines that I need to put on here for detail would fit fine if it was done with the pencil, but with the pen. So this is one of the things that I should have done from the get-go, is ink with the pen just to make sure everything's going to fit where I've drawn. So next AnimeTober, let's see, more than likely I am going to draw on something with a lighter fabric. I'm going to be able to draw big. I want to stay cohesive because last year I was just all over the place with the theme. That's why I chose anime from one of my subscriber suggestions. Thank you, thank you. But the thing about it is that I was prepared for it, which is fine. I like how it's a little bit unpredictable where I'm going to go, because usually it's in a good direction. We'll make the star just a little bit smaller. Okay. And I want his mouth kind of open. Like he's about to say something smart. It's like, you got me? I got you, bro. Oh, I'm so scared. You can see me. Just so scared. You know, that kind of thing. He's such a cool character. Okay. And he's got like this purplish toned skin. So that's going to be fun to try to reproduce. Okay, let me see if I gotta fix this jaw here. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you guys can see it just a little better. I'm going to have to find another picture of him because I don't have the top of his hair in the source image that I'm using. But yeah, another one is making sure that the list is complete. There's 31 days in October, and there's only 30 prompts on AnimeTober. And I don't know who to contact, whoever had the list, because people don't always respond to their comments and stuff unless they're positive. So, I guess I'm going to just take Yugi as the 31st character. And have to finish him. Yeah, so I have to be aware of my time, how much time I'm devoting to each of these. I know some people only devote 20 minutes a day. Clearly this stuff takes longer than 20 minutes when I'm doing this. Not so much if I was like drawing straight with ink, but I don't always ink my characters like this. This is, I don't know, I don't always outline like this, I don't think. But it's definitely been one crazy, maddening challenge trying to fit this into my life. It's like I can take this jacket with me, but in the way the weather is, I'm scared that it's going to get damaged by the rain. Because so the last couple days, I had not taken my jacket with me to work on while I'm being jostled on the bus, simply because I didn't want it to get wet. Because some of these take 24 to 48 hours to really set in. Even though it's kind of dry to the touch, it can get ruined and wash out if it's you know, wet. But after that, you know, after the time frame, it's pretty much, you know, permanent. Look at that handsome devil. Okay. I think I want to move his eye over a little bit more. I'll move it over here. Just got to remember not to mark that line there. Okay. Okay, so we got the start of that. Let's see if we can get the fellows in here. Let's see, I already picked out a picture of Gon going after him. Yes. Let's see, so I'm going to have... Let's see, and I want him kind of obscured a bit. Let's see. And if I don't show the guys, I can at least show their hands. Let's see. Let's see. I like the idea of him kind of going like this. Let's see if I can get it just right. Because I want his hand with a card. Like how dare he try to challenge Yugi. And I think he's the only one that, besides, what's his name, from Levi. He's the only one besides Levi that, and Yugi on this jacket, that are holding cards. Everybody else, well, if you count 02's cards, but that's more of a number, not an actual like card. Let's see, he's got these things on his wrist. Make sure that this is in proportion with him. So I want somebody's hand grabbing him from here. Let's see. And I'm having them come out of the shapes here. Let's see. Where I was going to have Gon grab him. We'll have Gon grab him. I guess this will be Gon right here then. Let's see. And then Killua, put him here. But I'm wondering if like I want one grabbing him here. Let's see. But he's got this thing where he shoots this purple or pink stuff from his hands or something like that. From his body, I don't know. And then, let's see, I'll have another one trying to grab his wrist here. Let's see, so okay, so here's his hand. And we'll throw a little card right here in his hand. And then we'll keep the other cards right here. And just have them kind of follow the arch. And then maybe, let's see, this is the diamond, so maybe another guy grabbing him here from the arm. Maybe, I forget how to pronounce his name. Krupia? I don't know. Krupia? I can't remember. We'll have him grab right here, but each of them are going to have like this pink thing around their wrist. So who caught who is the question. Let's see. So let's draw these guys. Let's see, but I'm going to have, instead of them looking at him, they're going to be looking at the thing that's caught them. Let's see. You zoom in a bit. Crap. I want him to clearly, let's see, we'll bump some cards out the way or something like that for him to get to. Okay, and this is why I didn't want to freehand it onto the jacket. Let's see, and then the guy with the glasses, gotta get him in there too. Oops. No, I guess I don't really have the space for it. So we'll just have gun and okay. But I think it would make a badass t-shirt. Just don't have the space. Yeah, I don't want to be too busy. Okay, because there's enough going on right here. Okay, so let's see. Scroll down. Need to find a really good Killua picture. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so his eyes are more square. There's so much fan art that I'm trying to get past to what the actual character looks like. Let's see, copy image, and see if I can get as close. It's been a while since I've watched this anime. I wish it would come out with a whole nother season, but I think the creator, the writer, I think he's got like back problems or something like that. Okay, here we go. I think I found a good eye, or a good face. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to have Killua coming out of the clubs. So I want him to have let's see. I want him to have one hand on Hisoka. Yeah, this would be so badass if it had. Let's see if I had more time, because I don't want to do anything after October. I'm like, Inktober's over. You're done. You're done. This eye is gonna piss me off. Let's see. It should be down lower, which means the nose has to come down lower. Let's see. When in doubt, make your sides here. He's kind of got like Sonic the Hedgehog hair in some places. Let's see, we'll have him looking up at and we'll have him trying to get the stuff from around his neck. So we'll have like the pink stuff circling around Killua's neck. Let's see, but which arm? We'll have this arm right here, and this hand, trying to get this crap from around his neck. I don't like these eyes. Let's see. But I want him to look up. Or look down. No. Here's this mouth. We'll bring his ear down further. Crap, I really need some really good source images, at least to make it look like old boy here. Alright, let's see. There we go. There we go. I think we got it now. We'll make him mad. Let me see if I can find an angry face. Every face that I've got here is happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Let's see. Because he's not the kind that is like a rawr type of kind of guy. But Gon is. I'll give him Gon's mouth. Okay, stop. I don't want that one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. Maybe angrier. Let's get him angrier. Okay. He's got purple tie here. Okay. Can't spend any more time on him. I gotta get it transferred. Okay, so give him a good reach. Like he would punch them, but he's got this thing around his neck. Let's see. We'll obscure some of the fingers because his head is in the front. Okay, and then gone. Let's see. A good face for him. Oh, here it is. All right. See, I'll give myself about 5 minutes to capture Gon. See, and his hair goes back. And we'll put that little gunky stuff on his neck too. Let's see. And we'll put him in the spade. See, I probably would have put Leorio right here. But ain't nobody got time for that. Plus, this should be on a different type of shirt. That would have been funny. Okay, so another thing I learned, don't look at my screen during a chat, because I got flagged for copyright infringement. I'm like, really? We're just talking about it. So if I ever got to the point where I could monetize my video, I'd have to give them a portion or find some way of cutting it off. But I'm nowhere near that right now, so... Okay, so we got part of Gon here. We'll give him one more song, or give him this bit to the end of this song. And then, let's see. Okay, Gon. Get our boy here. Get those little meat hooks on there. Trying to get him to look that way. see, he doesn't have like a lower, just goes right to skin. Lower eyelid type of thing. Okay. It feels kind of good to see these characters again. I binge watched, I think it was 3 seasons, and each season got progressively darker and darker, and I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. A lot of it felt rushed, but it was still like, it was still so freaking awesome. Okay, so we'll put some of that bubble gum type of stuff here. And we'll put some right here. We'll put some right here. Let's fix this finger. Okay. It's like, boys, boys, boys. Plenty enough of me for everybody. Let's see. Okay, this was part of okay. We'll bring this up a bit because I'm going to bring this closer to me. The webbing. Give him some long, crazy fingers. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to have one more guy catch him here, but that's not going to happen. Okay, let's see what his shirt looks like. Come on, Hisoka. There we go. So these are pink. And it looks like he's got about 3 rings. And then this one's got like, okay, his head is going to be in the way. Let's see, let's do his hair up a little bit better. Yeah, another thing I discovered is when I'm doing this, I can't half-ass it. I would, like, well, I'll come back to that and never come back. So it's like, if I'm working on it, do it. And this is pretty good discipline to keep me staying on what I was doing. Let's see. I'm just going to pretty much keep it spiky. but I really should look at one of his hair. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it goes fat, thin, fat, thin. Okay, so here's fat, thin, a little bit fatter, a little bit thinner, a little bit fatter, a little bit thinner, fat, thin. Okay, so we have one arm coming up. We'll show his little neck. And the pink thing going around his neck. Okay, so he was going to be in the spade, and then he was going to be in the club. But because I've got these guys right here, I can't show it that well. So I'm going to have to kind of pop it out a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so now I just got to do the detail here. Let's see, there's not too much I can do from here. Just color this in so I don't draw it in. Let's see, so we've got his arm. Let's see. And he's got some arm bands. Looks like he's got it on both sides. I can't tell if it's 2 or 3. And he's got some bands around his wrist. Yeah, I want his grip to be awkward. Okay, so I want to be able to see his hand. Okay. And then we'll have him coming out of the diamond. Okay, and that'll be part of someone's head. All right. Let's go ahead and get it transferred. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, this is enough that I feel safe putting it in. Okay, so I really didn't need the light box then. Okay, alright, so, because I don't think it would be helpful in this sense anyway. Yeah, it's all pretty black. Plus I got the other side of the jacket to contend with, so no need. Okay, I'm going to bring it up a bit. Let's give it some ink. Oh, first, let's see. We'll stick this up here first. Let's see, I'll move this up some. Put some tape down. All right. Ooh, where's my tape? Here we are. Okay, let's see. I don't want to go above this because it'll make it awkward because of the bumps. Yeah. Let's see, about right here is kind of comfortable. Okay. I'm going to type it down just enough to kind of keep it stable. And if I need to lift to take a look at where I am or what I'm doing, I can do that. And then I'm going to go over it again with the, what is that stuff called? Jelly roll pen, just so that it's nice and bright. I just need to be very careful to stay away from this area. Let's see. Okay, so I can't do anything in this neck of the woods. Shift this up a little bit. Okay, so this is no man's land right here. So any lines that I have will have to stop in this neck of the woods. Okay. All right. I think that'll work. And then that'll come out this way. Let's see. Crap, what did I do with it? Yeah, I was using a jelly roll. I found that using a jelly roll pin really stands out against this white, I'm sorry, the black background. This is the one I'll probably be using. Let's see, and I'll just test it real quick. Yep, and that's super bright. Now, I don't know if it'll last in the wash. I'm not really worried about that because I am only using it long enough to get my tracings down. And then it'll be painted over. If I'm going to use any kind of white on here, I would only use it for the fabric paint. Or use the fabric paint instead. Okay, we are on and popping. So what I'll do is I'll take one of my fabric pens, or one of my pens that are pretty drying out, so it'll grind itself in there, or let's see, that way I can ink at the same time. Okay. Other pens that work really well on fabric are these guys right here. They don't wash out. Okay, I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down. Let me make sure I got enough up there to cover what I'm doing. There we go. It looks like it's at the very top. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm kind of leaving the bottom open, that way I can lift to take a peek. And then I'm going to, at the same time, see if I can ink at the same time. Downside to this is that sometimes it'll try to poke through. And I'll check it in a second. I'm not going to put the heart in right now. I think I'll wait. Maybe I'll slip it in later. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, it's transferring. Let's see. It's very light though. Let's see. I'm trying to press hard. There is a liner underneath that also gives me like a jagged edge. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the important part here. I also learned that I make things harder on myself. I could have just done portraits of these guys, snarling or growling or smiling, looking intense. Okay.
In the stillness somewhere above, the city lights, you're falling in love.
Double check. I've used this paper a couple times. Let me get some of the gun in there. Yeah, let me see. I think I want to use a different white here. One that hasn't been used. Get some fresh, yeah, because it's like, it's still kind of dark. I mean, it's transferring, but it's pretty dark. Okay. Let's see. I put it with these guys. I thought I did. Okay. Now the cool thing about drawing on the other piece of paper, if I want to, I can just do it over again. Same images and stuff like that. If I need to put it on something else, it's not gone forever, being one of a kind on a shirt. Let's see. Come on, you just give me one. Thank you. Oh. Here's the fun part, trying to figure out which side is which. Let me see. This side then. No. I think in between some of these they have tissue paper because it's like it's not marking. And this is how I discovered that not all of these are. This might be a good one. You know, like tissue paper to keep it separate from each other. Let's see. That looks like it kind of came off. Let's see. Must be this way. Yeah, I think it's this way. I'm going to toss this on top. It's annoying. Hard to tell what side is which. They both seem to have the same kind of texture. Let's see. Okay, not cool. Nothing's coming out. Okay, let's try this. Same problem I had last time. That would be a dick move if the person that put transfer paper in here, but also slipped in just tissue paper, because nothing is freaking coming out. Let's see. And there's supposed to be 50 sheets of this stuff. It's barely coming out. See, I have bought another. This one I know will work. This is graphite paper. And I think it's erasable as well. I'll put the rest of it away. Just a little mifted. All right. So ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Let's try it again. Alright, let's do gun. Oh yes. Okay, make sure I got all of Hisoka because he is the star. No, I don't. I also found that if I use the jelly roll and I paint over it with fabric paint, the fabric paint is pretty thin. I'm able to see underneath it a bit. Alright. I just want to make sure Hisoka definitely transfers. If anything, at least a few hints here and there to show me where he is, and then I could just take it from there. Alright, let's see what's up with the music. Let's see. Plus he wears high heels. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. High heels with a little curl up at the top. That's pretty tight. Don't want to disturb those up at the top there. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let me see if I can put a little bit more definition in his eyes. Yep, so choosing another surface to draw on, you got to make sure that there's no liner, or maybe the liner could come out, because I've got this mesh underneath that won't let me make a really nice clear line. Also, the fabric itself doesn't want to allow me to it'll bleed a bit. It's like the ink will bleed a bit. But I noticed that it really picks up the metallic colors extremely well. It's kind of like a velvety structure almost, or texture. Okay, was there a reason why I made this little line?
I don't wanna feel this way, but it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel right. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you.
See, the gun test okay. Good portion of them did. Let's see.
I hope you come back to me. Yeah, I'm just that stupid. Thought that we were meant to be. Yeah, I'm just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you.
All right, I think that might do it. Let's see. Let's get his arm in here. And I think I'll have a little bit of that pink substance or something like that on him. Let's see. Okay. I think it's safe to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, I got everything but that face over there. Yeah, I missed this anime. I just wish they'd come out with more. Not bad. Make sure I got his hair. That's not too bad. I think I can work with this. Okay, let's see what we got. Alrighty, and I also need to get the hair in there. Close this back up and put it away. I got 50 sheets of BS and then 4 sheets of good stuff. So, what can you do? Ugh. Gotta work my way down. None of the fist had transferred. I think I want his hand to kind of do this sort of thing. Because of the angle that he's attacking at. It's not a good grip. And we'll put the fuzzy stuff. This is a nice start. Okay. Much better than... Oops. Okay. Put that to the side. Put a little something under my hand so I don't drag anything I've already done. Yeah, this is what I mean by small. I am all up in this mug. It's all well and good when it's, you know, you're drawing, but coloring it is going to be another beast. Yeah, my paintbrush is gonna have, I'm gonna have a blast trying to get up in this little thing. All right. Let's see, that's one thing I did not draw was Hisoka's hair. I think it's all just pretty much... crap. They've got like different versions of Hisoka. Like, so which is the right one? Let's see. I like the earlier version. They have one of him in black. But I think I want the colorful one to really stand out on this black here. Yeah, once the color's applied, it's going to be freaking fabulous. You can give him the puffy sleeves. Okay. Get the eye here. And what's crazy is drawing it on paper, then trying to trace it over and over again, and then you know, doing the final bits here. It feels like I've drawn the same picture like 3 or 4 times. Get kind of like a muscle memory of where things are. Just need a hint. And that's unlike me. I don't like drawing things multiple times. Not if I don't have to. But in this case, I guess I had to. You know, I think I'd like to do a shirt or something like that with the alternative lifestyle choices that some of the characters in different animes have chosen, you know, beyond just gay, you know, beyond just same sex. Like some people fell in love with robots, some fell in love with demons. A lot of alternative lifestyle choices. So, if I could compile a list of that, that would be funny. But it'd be cool too. Love who you like, who you want. Okay, gun. Yeah, comes down about right there. Okay, so the way that I would prime this, instead of doing like a solid color like this, because this right here, my idea was to take the original image, make a silhouette, then come back and put, not cut up the picture, but put the picture on and transfer it one more time with a black transfer paper, carbon paper. and just haven't gotten there yet. And then another idea I had was to add the primer and then paint it. But once you prime certain areas, if you don't leave yourself a little hint of black, where your lines are, it just becomes a big mob blob like this. So what I started doing with the All Might one, and it seemed to go a little bit faster, was I went ahead and got my details on here as best I could, knowing that I'm going to be adding more details later once the actual color's been down. But get the primer on, which is pretty much white paint, and this paint is really thin, so when I go over it with go over my lines, this, you can see through it. And I had evidence of that on this side, but I think I've already painted over it. But yeah, so if I put these lines on hard enough and go over it with the thin paint, I'll be able to kind of use that as a guide. When I do paint this, I'll put the primer in here and then leave, I'll try not to paint over this line right here. Leave like a little bit of a black gap, just a tiny sliver, and then add it here. Add my other white. Another thing I was doing was jumping around, and before I was like, no, I don't want to jump around, never jump around. But if I add primer like to his hair, paint his hair, paint this all white, and then go to another area that's nowhere near his hair, or do his skin, do that all white, wait for this, let this dry, put its color on like this, put its color on like I'm doing right here, and then prime the other area. So like I got the color, oh gosh, there's such a glare. That didn't help. Let's try this one. We're gonna have glare no matter what. Let's see. There's the flesh tone. So paint do the what is that called? Do the primer, which is the white base. And I only do the white base because it makes the colors stand out a lot brighter than if I just paint directly on. And just go ahead and paint that part, and then come back to the other part and prime that. So now I won't have the confusion of all this white space on where my lines are. So that's another way of skinning the cat. It's a little bit more time consuming, but I think it's worth it. Because it's like trying with it like if this was just like a big circle, it would be no problem. I wouldn't have to worry about matching the shape to the original image. But now I have to kind of match my original image to this, hoping that it's not too distorted or anything after I pull the hoop off, and see if I can get it in and matching. I had that problem with Yugi. I was going to, and I'll pull him out in a little bit. I'll probably work on him tomorrow. No. Let's see, tomorrow is the 31st. Happy Halloween! So, I gotta come up with something for Ripe. I was thinking about trying to find another anime character that maybe stinks. And I know I've drawn Gon from the video game Tekken. I think it was Tekken. Tekken 2? I can't remember. All I know is he used to fart and take people out that way, his little self. What an attack. He'd attack your ankles and take you out with a fart. which is kind of like real life. Okay, so let's see, we'll have that finger here, and it was holding a card. Now I can start seeing things a lot better. All right, and if I was doing this on black, let's see, I would end up doing it the opposite way. Like I'd make my black lines on here and then leave a space in between to prime it if I needed to. Usually if I'm coloring in black, I don't usually need to prime it because the stuff is obviously light enough to handle it. The fabric is light enough to handle it. But yeah, now I don't think that this will stay. So, I don't know, does it even rub off? It doesn't even rub off, which is really good. That's one of the problems I had with drawing with chalk. Because as I was going, my big old paw would rub against something, or I'd have to hastily throw it into my bag, and my lines would fade. Very annoying, very annoying. Okay, so this is his hand. Okay, so now I want to put the club in. Let's see. Now I had options. I could either use this, a white pencil. White pencil will definitely wash out. Crayola pencil will wash out. Like if I tried to use graphite, it barely shows. Plus it could probably rub off. So, yeah, and pencil washes out. Let's see, I don't want that much of a club on here. Just enough to give us the hint that he's inside of a club. Let's see, about right here. Because I won't be able to do the whole thing with the other characters in the way. Oh, you know what? I just freaking realized I don't have the card date, and you know, I don't have the date and I don't have the phrase. Crap. So I'm gonna have to improvise that, or just let it go. Let's see. Like I could put his card like right here. Oh, it's time for me to go. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for popping in. I hope that you have a great one. Happy Thursday. Or Wednesday. Holy crap, it's Wednesday. Okay, so that's where we are. Let me go turn off my alarm. Oh, bada boom, bada bing. It's so far away, I keep telling myself, move the damn thing, Kimberly, move the damn thing. I'm coming, damn it. Oh, okay. Woof. All right. Okay, so that is where we are. You guys, thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll go ahead and get this painted in a timely manner, and I'll be able to come do a compilation video of everything that you haven't seen in a and didn't have the patience to sit through its creation. All right. And if you guys are doing Inktober or AnimeTober, I'd love to see your work as well. You know, so send me a link, and I would love to see what your progress was and how you felt about Inktober or AnimeTober. If you guys have tried it, let me know. Let me know what you think. Am I bitching, whining, and complaining? Am I making things way too hard for myself? Or is this extra effort, did it pay off? Is it worth it? I think it did. And as much as I bitch, whine, and complain about the prompts, about the characters, how they're all mostly guys, except for 2, and I kind of monkeyed up and made a 3rd female out of 31. But here's where we are. Enough of that whining and complaining. Alright, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. And if what made you subscribe isn't, you know, what I'm doing now, let me know. It's like, I didn't subscribe for this. Let me know what you subscribed for, and I will see if I can put more videos like that out. If you have any questions, give me a holler. I catch my messages. Alright. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. We are, like, so in there. Alright, take care. Bye-bye, you guys. I like this one better.